Hello, everybody. How you doing? Today is the day that I am here to celebrate the release of Songs of New Beginnings, which has come out just over a week ago. And it's been an amazing experience because one, I'm happy with the album, and two, I've had more people listen to it, more different individual listeners than on all sort of previous projects of mine. So that's really exciting, and I am here live. So if you want to invite your friends, please do now, and I will be here to answer any questions or just generally respond to whatever you guys have going on in the chat there. And I'm going to play a couple of tunes. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of seeing who's around here. I'm going to play a few tunes from the album and give you a whole bunch of info as to what my plans are next. And here we go. I thought I could start with the first song on the album because why not? It's a very good place to start. So this album started out with sort of 12 songs, and then maybe more, but I recorded 12, and then I slowly cut 2 of them. And this is where we are. So Crankshaw family, hello. I think you might be the only ones here tonight, so this is a special show for you. So I hope you're well. I also just received some really sad news, which is that one of my guitar teachers, or sort of music teachers from university, Matt Hazlitt, has died of cancer. I didn't know he was sick, and so I just heard that news just before the show. So that's been on my mind the last hour or so in preparing for this. So I'll dedicate the show to him. And hi Claire, hi Dad. Dad, you met Matt Hazlitt. He's the guy you met when I first came here, and he just died this week, passed away. So rest in peace, Matt. And so sorry, I'm just waiting. A few more people are coming in. I'll start out with a quick story, which is that there's a fox in the neighborhood. I remember a few episodes ago I told you all that there was this what's a collective noun for foxes? I've forgotten it. It's an exciting one. There was a whole bunch of foxes a while ago, and there's been one that I've been very friendly with, and it's hurt its paw, and so it's looking extra skinny. I don't think it's managed to get enough food. So when I came back from the shop the other night, I discovered it in the street, and it was this. Here it is. But when I turned the corner, I couldn't get a photo of what I'm trying to tell you about now. But when I turned the corner into the street, I was standing in the middle of the street, and this fox was directly in the middle of the street with this epic sunset. There's like a conspiratorial photo of the fox with my phone blurring. But so my phone was full, so it didn't load quick enough for me to take a photo. But this next photo you'll see, there was a fox standing in the middle of this road with this epic sunset, and completely coincidentally on my headphones, Dogs, a song by Pink Floyd, was playing. It was on some shuffle and it came on. So and me and this fox kind of just stood there and had a stare off for a few minutes while I listened to Dogs on the headphones. So yeah, that's this little relationship I have going on with this fox. So I took some food out for it, but it had gone by that point. Some what do you call it? Eggs and oranges. I thought maybe foxes would eat that. So anyway, that is the fox that I've made friends with. So I'm going to play a couple of songs from the album, and I hope you've all been enjoying it. Actually, before I play them, I just want to show you this first song, What's It All About? I had this idea that grace, as in the noun grace, was personified into like the form of a game ranger, or not a game ranger, a park ranger, or like one of these sort of ruffian, not like outdoorsy guy that will live on the end of a rural town, that like almost like a sheriff type who comes in and sorts everything out when we've gone astray. So I thought that Grace could live in this cabin at the bottom of the lake there, and the town would be on the other side. So this photo is amazing by Christian Briggs. And yeah, so I've imagined that Grace is living in that little cabin. And so when I say in the song, Grace lives on the edge of town in a cabin biding time, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because, yeah, that's where I thought Grace could live, in that little cabin. So I'm just going to tune up, and then I'll be playing you some music. And I'm going to do it all just with this microphone, which is not ideal, but there's been a lot of street noise. So, everyone's out and about. So if I use a more sensitive mic, then we're going to have a problem with loads of cars going by and stuff. Anyway, it was 27 degrees today, so pretty amazing for England. Well, actually, there's often that, but we've got to make the most of it while it's here. Here you go. This is What's It All About, and it's the first song on the album. And here we go. Just going to add some reverb. And I hope you enjoy it. So listen out for that Grace living on the edge of town in that cabin. Want a bit more volume, maybe? Give you a touch more volume there. One sec. Maybe I will see what becomes of me as time moves further from itself, and the cycles of grief yield to release, the gardens deceased to sprout. What's it all about, my friends, looking out across the fields? Can you see the end? What's it all about, my friends, turning from the crowd or turning back again? A folding mist rolls in to nurture all its kin, and obscured the stains of sin, giving rest to weary minds, tired by the winds that carry those who win, and tear the sails of those who cannot swim. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out across the seas, can you find the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again. The currents of the air move us here and there, while grace lives on the edge of town in a cabin biding time. He knows we'll fall again, aching from within, surprised to find the reasons old, but wearing younger skin. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out and looking in, can you find the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd, turning back again. What's it all about, my friends? Looking out across the field, can you see the end? What's it all about, my friends? Turning from the crowd or turning back again. Thank you very much. Just going to check what's happening in the chat here. Just typing in the chat because my chat seems to have frozen. So that was What's It All About, which is the first song on the album. And I'm going to now play the second song on the album, which is That Day Could Not Come Soon Enough, which is quite an old song now. But the album version was different from, it was a different recording from the one that I sent that I released as a single prior to the album coming out. So here we go. This is That Day Could Not Come Soon Enough. Track 2. Am I angry with you? I'm ashamed if it's true. I wouldn't know where to turn or what to do. I felt this before inside, a rage so terribly refined, a pain so visceral I'd cry to let it drain out if I could. And that day could not come soon enough, oh Lord, please hear me. I'm tired of running from a memory. Am I looking to get out? Is it true you let me down? I couldn't help myself tonight, I'm wide awake. I knelt before the cross again, asking Christ to let me in. I felt a moment's rest, but wished that I could be there all the time. And that day could not come soon enough, oh Lord, please hear me. I'm tired of living for a memory. Am I selfishly inclined? Are my motives misaligned for the purposes I claim to be mine? Or has the time come and gone? Was I miming to a song written for me by the long list of names I sought to please? And I hope a day will come when I am free from who they wished I would be. I'm tired of singing empty melodies. If the way we left it then had you wanting for a friend, I am sorry and I'm back to make amends. I don't need you to be great, I don't need you to relate. All I want is you to see, and I'll see you in return. And that day could not come soon enough, oh Lord, please hear me. I'm tired of longing for a memory. I'm tired of longing for a memory. I'm tired of longing for a memory. Yeah. That was That Day Could Not Come Soon Enough. And that was the first of this style that I released. And it was definitely kind of a landmark bit of writing for me in terms of the stuff I was addressing and just the whole approach. And I know, a few people there, friends of mine, really like that one. I was just thinking of James Aston, who just popped up in the chat. He really loves that song. So James, thank you for your support of that song. And I'm going to be printing some physical product for this album. I don't want to, at this point, I don't want to make CDs. It's not... eco-friendly, and I wouldn't sell enough of them to justify it either, because people aren't listening to CDs much. Vinyl is too expensive. I did find a sort of more eco-friendly vinyl pressing option where the records are made from little fragments of vinyl that aren't used. So it ends up multicolored. So I found that as an option, but it's still very expensive. So I will not be doing that at this point. So what I'm going to do is, this is a prototype of my physical product. This is the size that I'm going to make these prints out of. So the prints are going to basically be like a vinyl sleeve, but in this size, and front and back. And it's going to be the front cover and back cover of this album. And then on the back, it's going to be a QR code that you can scan. So it's going to be like having a physical album. So if you listen on Spotify, you scan the code and it plays it on Spotify while you hold the artwork and read the song titles. And that's going to be printed on recycled card, 100% recycled, as far as I have managed to get from the printers, as far as they've told me. So that's being proofed at the moment. And so the front image is this, which you've seen, and photo taken by Amy, the lovely Amy. And the back is this. So those are the names of the songs on the album, and at the bottom it says, scan here to hear the album or visit the link, and there's a little link there. So this is going to be my vinyl without the vinyl approach, and you can get in touch if you want one. That's, I think, a cool way of doing a physical product when people don't necessarily have the devices to play the disc. So I had that idea to put that QR code on the back there, and you can keep it it's big enough to be a piece of artwork if you wanted it. It's quite big. At some point I thought, well, it's a bit cumbersome, but I thought if it's not cumbersome, what's the point of having it? So it needs to be big enough to justify being a thing. So I'll let you know. That's going to be sorted out in the next week or so. And then it'll be good to go. And I'm trying out different things with the show. As you'll see, it was a cold open today, so no intros and outros. I think they're going to be a bit shorter, a bit more punchy, and more playing and more music, I think. But if you are enjoying it and you like the album, buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Chris Willow is always a helpful thing to do. And then when these things come out, you can be in touch if you want to grab one. And and then if you listen to it and you like it and you want to give it to somebody else, you can just pass it on, like sharing a CD back in the day. But the other thing I thought I could play you was that song that was the intro song to the show, and many people would have only heard the instrumental, but it is actually a full song, and it is track 5, I think. Let me see what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Track 7, As Long As It's Possible To. That is the song that I'm going to play now, and that is the one that I was using for the intro of the show. And so you probably know the little guitar thing. But this is a very, very personal subject matter, and it's about medication that helps your mind. And my experience of that. And it uses this tuning which I developed for this album. I'm sure other people have done it. It's not some... I don't claim ownership of it or anything, this tuning, but I just tried it. What I did on this album a lot is, if I needed a note that wasn't there with the regular guitar tuning, I would just tune a string to the note I wanted. So this tuning is got 3 Ds in it. And for those guitarists among you, the top and bottom string are normally E, these two, but now they're D. The rest is normal. And then this chord that makes up this this really cool intro sound is just a regular sort of C chord, but ignoring the weird tuning and moving it up a tone. It gives this really dreamy sound. Cool, let's give it a go. Get that reverb back on the go. Okay. Let's do this. So this is As Long As It's Possible To, and you'll recognize this little beginning. I am lighter now that I am medicated. I am in the clouds, trying to find myself. And if this me is better for you, he will stay as long as it's possible to. I am free to love the things I hadn't noticed, but loud thunder drowns the quiet sounds of introspection. If this me is better for you, he will stay as long as it's possible to. As long as it's possible to. If this me is better for you, and he remains the one you choose. If this me is better for you, he will stay as long as it's possible to. Thank you. I actually shortened that accidentally, which is why I'm laughing. There's going to be another one of these at the end. As long as it's possible to. As long as it's possible. Yep, that's as long as it's possible to. Claire Emsley, I think that's the one you said you like the most. So I hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, everybody, the album is out. Songs of New Beginnings. Please keep listening to it. Please share it with your friends via the link below. And yeah, that's all I ask. You don't have to do it, of course, but having people listen to the songs that you work on is just amazing. I mean, that's like the biggest privilege, and I guess second only to writing them for myself as a means of getting something out of my mind. It's it's second to that. It's the point. So I really appreciate it. And the next show is going to be in 2 weeks from today. I'm changing my computer setup at some point. So I hope that doesn't disrupt it. It shouldn't. But yeah, and I'll play a few more songs from the album on that day. And hopefully by then, well, I'm sure by then, I'll have these guys. And we can sell them. And imagine it turned out just like this. But yeah, so that's the plan for 2 weeks from today. And just to remind you all, this is the first and third Wednesday of every month. Maybe at some point it'll be the whole, every week. But it's going to be first and third of every month. And I think live is the way to go wherever possible. So I'm live now. This is not pre-recorded or anything, because then I can respond to the comments and we're all in it together. But the other thing I'm going to have is I'm going to have my friend Jake, who was in a band with me back in the day, and we have some classic stories to tell. And yeah, he's going to come on at some point. And when I told him it's going to be live, he said he's actually washing his hair that day, so he can't make it. But don't worry, we're going to make it happen. And yeah, so other than the computer thing, maybe derailing it briefly, this is going to gain more momentum now, because that's what slowed me down a while ago with computer stuff. So hopefully we'll leave that phase behind us at some point, and I'll be here first and third Wednesday of every month. The link is go.chriswillow.com/Chris Willow Show. And if I change it, it's the only thing that will change will be, instead of Chris Willow Show at the end, it'll say CWS. So go.chriswillow.com/CWS. Yeah, the link should work every time. Hit subscribe on this channel so you can get notified. And if you want to support any of the stuff, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Chris Willow. Thank you is the main thing for listening to the album. I hope you enjoy it. Please let me know what you think of it, your favorite songs and all that, just so I can incorporate that into future streams. And just it's just good to know as well what you're enjoying. But the album is now yours to enjoy. And yeah, it's a weird relief when you release something. Like I was playing acoustic guitar and this nylon guitar and stuff loads up until the moment it was released, because that's the world that's in. And the second it was out there, I noticed myself plugging in the electric and making heavy music. So maybe that's next from me. But anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna love and leave you. I'll just show you this thing one more time. So that's Songs New Beginnings to look out for on Spotify and all that. Just search Chris Willow Songs New Beginnings in Spotify, or click the link below. And here's the back cover. That's how it's going to look with the QR code. So if you want any of that, just let me know and I'll make it happen. And thanks all of you for tuning in. I'll see you in 2 weeks. And let me know, this show is still finding its feet, still, So if you want to see anything particular, or you want to know anything, or you want to know about any lyrics, or you want me to do anything or get any particular guest, let me know. And until next time. I have to know where to click. Okay, hang on. Bye.